Yeah, hello from my side. I'm Dennis, the director for the German-speaking region from ON24. Today, joined by my colleague Will. We will introduce him in a bit. Yeah, the question from Eamon was already, who's ON24? And ON24, the G2 report, annual G2 report always ranks us as the top solution when it comes to digital engagement and supporting hybrid and virtual formats for our clients. It means we have a variety of products within our enterprise engagement platform that helps companies to run different kind of digital communication channels like webinars, webcasts, large-scale events, content hubs, account-based marketing solutions, and several things, all powered by AI analytics that helps clients really to monetize actually the outcome out of these communication topics. When it comes to words about our company, we were founded in San Francisco over 20 years ago, already in 1999. We are a public company and listed on the New York Stock Exchange and have worldwide workforce servicing our enterprise client, which most of them operate on a global scale. When it comes to our clients, we work with multiple clients from different kind of verticals. The majority of the Fortune 500 is using our solutions. In Germany, we have clients like SAP, Bosch, Siemens, Munich Re, or Deutsche Bank. Yeah, and I'm happy that one of our clients is joining the stage today, and that's why I'm handing over to Will.
Thank you, Dennis. I guess my name is Will Cumming. I'm the customer lifecycle specialist at Bynder, and I guess to really kind of paint a picture of what I do and what Bynder is and what our story is. So for me, I focus on ultimately looking at two key areas, looking at our prospect side, how we can drive more revenue and more pipeline with them, but then also not forgetting about our customers as well, really understanding how can we improve the areas of adoption, engage better, expansion, and also looking at ways that we can reduce churn. But I guess from our product and what is Bynder and what we do, we are the market leader in DAM, so data asset management. And it's really a key to identify our story because ultimately we have identified that in this world of a bit of a big word there, but proliferating content, is that we've understand that there's such a high demand for content to be distributed consistently via more channels. It's consistently growing. The likes of TikTok and all these things are just constantly growing for us. So especially from a business perspective, that we have really identified that the importance of great content experience is required for really allowing companies to thrive in this digital economy. And this is in essence our mantra or our tagline, but our product and our services really enable companies to unite together across global teams, have the ability to capture and create that level of content that's required and allow you to thrive, to really be that best performing in your industry, to really deliver the most amount of content to be number one in your categories. I should grab that one. So I'm not going to go through all these key stats, but Bynder, we were founded just over 10 years ago. We've been recently recognized from the likes of G2 and Forrester as leader in our category, and we're very proud of that. And I guess this slide really does show, the narrative of scale and scalability. And I think that's what's going to be the key narrative over our use case with ON24. So I guess let's kind of step back a little bit when we first connected with ON24, and we really identified the need for more. That we really needed a solution which was going to allow us to deliver our content to maximize that impact without us building out those large headcounts. I guess very similar to what we just heard before in the last use case, really not making sure that we don't need that 1,000 headcount. How can we ensure that we're getting the most impact with the content that we have? So understanding that environment that we had were some very clear business objectives that we wanted to deliver. So number one, how can we really deliver that level of content which was going to give us the ability to elevate our brand, especially super important within that B2B landscape. And then from that as well, we needed that scalable solution, which was going to be able to drive huge amounts of demand for our business, have the ability to convert those opportunities, and then also, most importantly, create that high volume of content, but also allow it to be that high quality, which is in line with our brand. So adding in that complexity, we have, I guess, like 2 clear use cases that we required it for. We needed to deliver content, which was going to be looking at to drive demand generation, really focusing on the likes of awareness, consideration, and decision, and really leveraging our content to drive growth and opportunities for our business. But then not to forget as well that we have, parallel to that, is our customer education and product adoption. We needed that scalable solution, which was going to allow us to provide content to drive adoption for our product, to really showcase how we're innovating, improving, and provide a great customer experience for Bynder. So I guess like that leads us to the actual solution. So that's where, well, I guess Denis and I didn't meet, but that really came down to the solution of ON24 and having that solution, that technology, which was going to work for us. And I think that was the key thing, that it gave us the opportunity to really scale our impact across these, across those use cases. So I think I might just let Denis talk through this slide firstly, and then I can provide a bit more context to our specific use cases.
Yes, thanks, Will. Yeah, I think the first presentation today from Marianne from Hamburg Wasser, she mentioned one thing called Insellösung. And we all know there's so many great tech out there, but especially in large companies, it ends up being often pretty siloed, and different technologies don't speak with each other. And that's why our approach is always to deliver our clients a fully integratable solution. That means we have automatic connectors with all leading CRM and marketing automation systems. And this makes the data flow pretty in an automatic way and helps the client also to scale from the point of start with ON24. I think this was also, if I understood correct, for Bynder, one of the critical things to really have a solution that's fully integrated in their tech stack. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. It was definitely probably like one of those mission critical areas where we need to make sure that first looking at our use case of demand generation is that when we're building out pipeline, we're providing content to our prospects, that we need to have that data integrated and sent automatically to the hands of our sales teams to really enable them to make the right decisions at the right time. So this is kind of like showing a bit like, under the hood of the car here, but looking at a specific piece of content that we've done for Bynder. So this here is an awareness piece of content for us. So I guess we kind of have the hero piece here. We have a key speaker being Scott Brinker, and he's like a large speaker in the MarTech industry. But the things here that I would really want to call out is that what ON24 has enabled us to do is provide a templatized opportunity to provide that content which is hyper-personalized to our buyer stages. So what this really means is that, as I explained, this is an awareness piece of content. The structure and the template of this is different to what we structure from a consideration level or even down into a decision level. That means the widgets, the call to actions, and the information that we gather from this is different from each of those stages, and has allowed us to really drive huge amounts of growth and make sure that we're personalizing our content to the correct buyers stages. So I guess like providing a bit more context that throughout this process, to understand the data that's driven out of this, we know for a fact that when we're putting call to actions to say book a demo or trial our product, the conversion rates in those widgets don't work as well in awareness stage content compared to a decision stage. So it has really allowed us to personalize that. And I guess like on top of that as well, and this was kind of talking to that previous slide, ON24, with the data that we enable here, that we can capture and understand the movements for every single person who watches our content. Getting past the fact of just looking at how many people have registered or how many people have attended a piece of content, it's now looking deeper into what resources have they downloaded, what questions have they asked, ON24 even provides the opportunity to spit out a AI-driven engagement score, and we leverage all these data points, which allows us to create personalized and have the correct conversation with these prospects. And I guess like looking at, I guess that second use case here is looking at that customer side. So again, we do have like that templatized approach to really understand the types of customers who are moving through these pieces of content. And further to that as well, the scalability. So as an example here, the one key thing for a B2B SaaS company is how we're continually innovating and improving our product and making sure that we are showing the best value and best experience for our customers. And this has provided that opportunity. We have these webinars allow us to drive or allow our product managers to showcase our products, but as well as provide correct content that is relevant to those users. On top of that as well, and I kind of explained that flow of data, but this data is then captured, which then goes into our CMS, gets handed off to the account owners of these customers, and then that starts building a bit of a narrative for us. We can start seeing those who are adopting our products, but then also understand those customers who don't have certain products and they're engaging with it through these roadmap webinars. That's now starting a bit of a conversation into those cross-sell and upsell opportunities. So I think the probably key theme here is that we're going a little bit deeper than just say a customer has opened up an email or a prospect has downloaded a white paper. We can really ensure that we're capturing all that information, all that data, and creating hyper-personalized experiences for that follow-up. So I guess, we've kind of gone into it now and understand and showed you a couple of the use cases that we're using, or the connectivity between the two companies, but what is the actual results and impact? So I think the key thing here is in that little blue line up the top there, is that we built less and delivered less net new content for 2022. And so the key piece here is that because we've had the opportunity to understand that data and through that iterative process, really understand what is performing, what is not performing, we've actually been able to drive such great results with our webinar engagement program. It's so fantastic to see that we're delivering less content in a scalable solution, building content across all those buyer stages, which has allowed us to really drive growth in attendance and registration. And I think a really key metric for us now, which is a huge thing for engagement, is actually looking at minutes viewed. So really understanding how consumers, attendees are engaging our content has been a huge driver, which I guess brings us on to this one, which is, I guess, like the hero metrics, you could say. But from our demand gen perspective, that iterative process, understanding what content works, understanding what doesn't, continually improving and leveraging that data has really driven that bottom line growth for the business, really allowing us to grow in that influence one revenue, but also those kind of the 2 second data points there, not just an overall perspective, but that's strategically aligned to our ideal customer profile. So like ultimately, what we came from that environment where we needed that scalable solution, we had to build it out for 2 clear use cases and drive those results. Over the course of 2022, we're now seeing such a large uplift in revenue and results, and we're super excited to see where this program goes into the future. So I guess what's next? What's next for ON24?
Yeah, I think our roadmap is also fully packed with different kind of solutions, and expanding to large scale, even trade shows, going in the hybrid. Hybrid, I think, is one of the main topics. Most of our clients think about it. Also providing global approaches, with different multilingual or captioning, and and what's Bynder using next in ON24? I heard you going in the account-based marketing direction is something you sort of, and content hubs.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think what we've seen, and we've delivered such great results over the last 12 to 24 months, is now really kind of diving deeper. I think what the technology or allowing the technology to work for us has been so fantastic, is that now we're diving further into the details of that data and really iterating that content to make sure that we have that full ABM approach. We can clearly build content based on the buyer stages of industry perspective as well. And I guess like furthermore as well from a Bynder perspective, that, you know, we're moving into that digital ecosystem, are really allowing the technology to work for us and our customers as well. So, you know, I think it's a very interesting like path to be on, and Bynder's growing as a company. And I think, you know, this is probably one key area that we've hopefully explained to you today that really shows how you can really leverage your technology for you, understand those key objectives, and now push that barrier ahead. So I think it's been fantastic so far with our relationship with ON24, and we're looking forward to see that grow even further.
Thanks a lot, Will. And also, yeah, for any question, I think we start the roundtables, and yeah, we also have a booth over there the next today and also tomorrow. Just feel free to join us and yeah, to have a conversation.
Perfect. Thank you guys for that. Thank you.